Okay. So, Joel has his wife Victoria preaching today. Which, again, like Deborah and Huldah, is allowed in the Old Testament, Pastor Thomas and Davis. So guess what? Women can preach now too. That is good. That is good. Sometimes the Lord needs a woman to straighten up a man. When you're wrong. Because he ain't got no one else. He won't listen to a hermaphrodite either, but come on. And Jesus had female breasts in Revelations, right? Or on the cross, maybe. Where else can you see someone who's naked to the public? Where otherwise he would have on clothing even at the Last Supper, by the way. And hung on the cross for everyone to see, including John, the only male of the disciples, with the women to see him on the cross, and the only one who can testify to the fact that he was both, right? Male and female, male and female. Fully. What you call a hermaphrodite. But that's educational. So is what I'm doing for your TV shows. So is what I'm doing for fair use called critiquing. Right? You can't, NBC. I'm telling you why. I'm educating it. I'm doing it as an educational piece, not just airing your program to air your program either. I know. I'm showing what I do during the day for a reason. I'm also becoming a pastor of a church. Nonprofit. Means I'm legally using it as educational nonprofit material on my channel. Even if I'm channel surfing during the day, I'm showing people what I watch for a reason. And explaining what I'm talking about. Which I can legally do. Do you not allow movie critics to show a clip of a movie? Same premise. I'm showing a clip of it. That's why I also channel surf, right? I'm not also showing the whole video either. Unless I'm critiquing the video as a whole, right? I could also critique the artist singing, whether I think it's real or autotune, like with Shakira the other day. Half of it is Shakira and half of it is maybe autotune. Unless you can match autotune like I can. Whatever. Uh-huh. And that's an impersonation. And because I am looking for a girl like her, a girl like me, I can impersonate it. And I can use it because it's a sentence. And it's the title of the song. Just like in a book or a poem. Quote The Raven, Nevermore. That's a quote from The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. That's why we can use that as a educational reference to Edgar Allan Poe. It's educational and religious. Because guess what religion is? How people live their life today. Now, Christians, for example, speak against homosexuality because the Bible does, right? Which you can do in their freedom of religion and freedom of speech. But you cannot attack a gay person or rape them Christians just because they're gay. Either. You don't have a right to punish them. You're not God to. That's what I mean. Some of you are misunderstanding what's going on and acting more like the evil men in the Bible who would rape people, right? Than the men of God who would never rape a man or a woman or even a hermaphrodite, right? But why is that? I'm making it all educational. Oh, no. See, if something's educational, and our education is based on one system in America, right? We are all taught the same thing growing up. That means we might could even formulate similar ideas and not even know each other. Not even know each other. That's what I'm showing you. Common themes cannot be copyrighted for a reason. You can only go so far with copyright law, too, because you're not the only one who can produce, for instance, since we know about cavemen, a movie about cavemen, right? Anyone can, it just has to be different than yours, with different characters and different names. Now, I can't make a group of cavemen called the Crudes, of course, but I can call them something different, like the Cord. Or Nephi. For Neanthi. Whatever. I can come up with something. Or the Derthals. See. That's my idea for it, right? I'll call them the Derthals. Sounds like a name, right? But you can't use Derthals now because I came up with it. You understand? Just like if I'm referencing something and critiquing it, no, and it's part of a movie or show or TV series, right? And it's been on for 20 seasons, right? And I'm making a certain point about a certain show I watched before. Then I'm critiquing your show legally under fair use. NBC. Yes. It's legal. It's legal. Not illegal. You're just so wanting to squeeze all the money you can from the show that you think you're legal in blocking it all. You can't. You can't block it all. No, you can't. Because now you got to pay for TV service. Well, that means I'm a consumer if I buy your service, right? If I buy your service, I can critique it legally as a consumer in the United States. Now, let's see what Victoria's saying.
My mother and every mother in here could be, and me, her daughter, would find my own faith. Would learn from the example, but find my own faith. Mix it with
True.
the gifts God's given me. And launch
Find her own
in
faith.
my boat. So I can let Jesus get in with me.
That she can be like Huldah, Deborah, Miriam,
Find your faith.
Sarah.
Thank her for the example. But let her know, Mom, because of your example, hey, I'm
Now, this is
finding
obviously
my
a
faith.
Mother's Day
I'm
episode, I
sugar
guess.
my gifts, and I'm launching out for Jesus. Amen? Amen. He's an awesome God.
Well, my name is Jason Diaz. I am from Silver Spring, Maryland.
My name is Cindy Diaz, and Jason and I have been married for 11 years. You know, in the beginning, being young, not knowing much, I would say we tried our best, and then a few years later,
Well, she lightened up.
Fidelity. It was difficult.
We were just like, that's it. We're not going to do this anymore, and we're just going to get a divorce and call it quits. My wife said to me, well, let's give it another shot. I knew God could make things work, but I just thought that.
So this is talking about marriage and either sticking it out or breaking up. Now, we don't know exactly what's all going on in the Bible. It's scatterbrained. No, it's scatterbrained. It's scatterbrainedly written. Someone's not telling you everything. Someone don't want you to know something. It's going on more than I know.
I'm going to try.
And I bet it's Peter. I bet it's Peter.
Started serving in the church, and little by little, things just started changing.
slowly, you can tell that the trust
Okay.
started building up again.
So we put God first, and God kind of started working things out.
When you put God first, He can
She just
heal
died right
a
here,
broken
Blonde. That's
marriage.
right. That's
He
right.
can put things back together, and
Because
our
I
marriage
don't
now
come
has
between a
been better
married
than
couple
any other year in the
unless,
past.
As Pastor
again,
Joel always
one
says,
of them,
our best days are always
still
still
was
ahead of us.
in doubt,
So
right?
that's
Or
something
something,
that we
right?
hold on to all the time.
That's all it takes, though, right?
I've learned the enemy always
Now, I
fights
always
us the
give the
hardest
female the
when he
choice,
knows
too,
that
not
we're close to
me
unanswered.
or the other bit.
He wouldn't be fighting
She
you
has
if
the
you didn't
choice,
know
right?
God had something amazing right up in front of you. That's why the scripture tells us over and over to be strong, not in ourselves, but be.
Because I'm a minister, idiot. You're a minister. I've been studying the Bible for a long time. Things I've read you can't even stomach. They don't even read them to you in your church. That means you don't even know. I want to know. I want to know. That's what I'm talking about. That's why it's educational too. I'm also educating you about hermaphrodites and legally trying to teach you their anatomy. What they look like versus a transgender person or again, a male or female. That's legal medical knowledge. I know. You're not letting me do the truth and tell you the truth about everything you don't want to know. So because you don't want to know it.
He has you in the palm of his hand.
He got the whole world in the palm of his hand. He got the whole world in the palm of his hand. He got the whole.
He's in control of your life. And I've learned
Remember that song,
a
Joel?
place
I
of
bet you
peace,
do. I bet
a place
it
of
does.
faith, a place of trust. That's what allows God to do amazing
In
things
his
in your life.
hands, he got the
He
whole
always
world
seems
in the palm of his hands.
trying to take our joy, trying to discourage us, trying to get us to live worried and upset. The scripture says the joy of the Lord is your strength. If you don't have joy, if you don't stir
Got the
yourself
joy,
up,
joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Huh?
You have to, you got it backwards.
But it ain't Christ who is against gay people. No. It might be the church misreading some of the passages dealing with homosexuality and the things they might have been doing back then. Maybe, I don't know. Now, the thing about Jericho, though, Jews, is they said the walls never fell down, right? So someone's wrong, or made up a story, like in mythology, to encourage Israel to go into the land. Because there is a people called Israel in Palestine at the time of Jesus, right? That has a strong group of people in that region, identifying themselves as Jews, right? So they got to come somewhere out of Egypt during a certain time, right? Around the time of the destruction of Santorini, ain't it? Right? Whichever one it was. The explosion of the one off of in Sicily, right? Which happened 3,500 years ago, by the way. That's Dodra Great House. Listen to her singing and you can critique it. Does she sound good or bad? That's all a critique is. Copyright law is easy to defeat with critiques. That's why you're not supposed to abuse it. NBC. Trust me, we're abusing it. You're abusing it.
Aren't we? Mm-hmm. But then he turns it around.
Here's Joyce Myers from Matthew 25, 41 through 45.
Goes through the whole list again. And they said, well, when were you in that condition and we didn't come and help you?
When you saw one of my children, right? See, even Satan is a child of Jesus because Jesus is the firstborn of every creature.
Nobody even notices or pays
That's
attention to.
what the relationship is like Zeus and Ares, right?
Even bothers to see their pain.
It's the son acting like the spoiled brat trying to entice the children of God to do evil with him and die with him in the ocean.
And you breathe out.
Yeah.
You
The
breathe
deep,
in
the deep.
and you breathe out. You do that all day
As you
long.
call it, too.
Well, if I said to you right now, take a deep breath and hold it.
Deep again. Joyce just said deep, too, huh?
How long could you hold it before you'd have to let it out?
Right.
Well, you know, that's a good example
That's just
of how God
sometimes all I need is the air that I breathe and to love you.
That's the only way we can keep from becoming.
That's teaching you two things there. I like the lyrics to the song. The lyrics fit what Joyce was talking about in the topic. Right. And I'm quoting it from the lyrics of the person who wrote the songs. Don't know their name yet, but don't even remember the band's name, right? But it's a song I heard on the radio that fit the topic.
Not just naturally
Under
jump out
legal
of bed
fair
every day
use.
wanting to do that. You have to do it on purpose. You say, God, I want to help somebody today.
You can quote lyrics of the song because they're a
sentence. That's what
sentence.
makes your life better.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Jeremiah 1:11 and 12 Amplified says, Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Jeremiah, what do you see? And he said, I see a branch or a shoot of an almond tree, the emblem of alertness and activity, blossoming in late winter. Then the Lord said to me, you have seen well, for God says this about himself, I am alert and active, watching over my word to perform it.
So that's why I say if you attack me using a female bait, Jesus could he'll be like the Wolverine. Why? You're trying to both marry me to a girl and kill me over the girl at the same time, right? But the Bible says he that finds a wife finds a good thing. I'm trying to find a wife and you're using the girl as bait, knowing she was underage and lying to me. That's called entrapment. My intent was not to sleep with a 15-year-old girl.
You can pray silently if you're somewhere where you can't pray out loud.
My intent was to sleep with a 37-year-old girl who enticed me to go to the bathroom with her. Which you're now trying to cover up. Though I don't do that all the time, or I would lose time like with her.
It's not a duty, it's a privilege.
And I'm explaining it to you again when I took Sarah